Hey there everybody, Squeaky Bear Gamer here, and I have super duper fluffy hair today, yay! Yeah, a lot of the weather is like being very weird in Texas, and it's going hot to cold, and my hair doesn't know what to do with it. So it's fluffy and curly today, and I just gave up with the hair dryer because I'm like, blah, and the straightener, I the straightener is mad at my hair and it won't straighten it anymore, so I've just decided to embrace the curl. Anyways, so I just wanted to do a little quick update. Like last week, I got this magazine in the mail, and if you haven't heard of it, it's called Nintendo Force. They are a group of people who, after Nintendo Power stopped releasing magazines, they decided to get together and make their own magazine. They wanted to continue the legacy. And this is it. And I got the newest one. This one has, it's about Xenoblade Chronicles, but it has like a ton of stuff. Like if you look at the letters, like the font is like super tiny and you can barely read it. But it's pretty cool stuff in here. I enjoy reading these. Like I take these to work. I'm a nanny, and so when the kids are like sleeping, or if they're doing homework and I need to do something, I bring these with me along with some comic books that I buy every once in a while. But these are really fun to read when you're like, hey, I don't have anything and I'm not allowed to use electronics. Read a magazine. The one thing I want to kind of like say about this is that I really like that it's written by fans for fans. And it really shows in the way that they talk. Like, just let me read this little thing for you. It's kind of cool for me reading it. Um, well, Smash speculators, we have. Sorry, I can't read very well. Allergies, my eyes are all itchy and everything. Um, well, Smash speculators, we had a good run. For over a decade and a half now, fans of the Super Smash Bros. Games have enjoyed an easygoing pastime of trying to predict just which popular or obscure video game mascots would become playable in the series next. We've tried to temper our expectations with what we thought were realistic restrictions to give our picks some real sense of possibility in our minds. Now all that has just exploded in an instant because Cloud Stripe is coming to Smash. The wording of that, it shows that this person understands what the fans are thinking, what they're doing, because they themselves are a fan and they are doing that. In a professional like Nintendo like release, like if it was written in Nintendo Power, it wouldn't be written in that kind of format. It would be written in an informatory format where it'd just be like, oh, Nintendo recently just came out with this. But they would like use more technical words. But it would like focus more on like the company, the maker, and what is coming up. And then who allowed like Cloud Strife to come in and everything. It gives like the overall picture of like, hey, this is what happens and this is why it happened and this is like who, what, when, where, and how. But this takes more of a why. Like, why do we care about this type of stuff? And why is this applicable to the reader? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I was constantly like saying, oh, I don't know if they're going to allow very much stuff. Like, I was hoping that Banjo-Kazooie could be on there, but I'm like, I don't think it could because it looks like Duck Hunt, and then it might just be a clone of Duck Hunt. So I'm like, in my mind, making realistic restrictions and expectations. And so for a person to write about that and say that, I'm like, yes, absolutely. That's totally what I'm thinking. And when Fox Cloud came on, I was like, what? I guess my expectations are completely like Nintendo. What? You're just going to allow basically everything from that. So it's really good for the format because this is going to really, it's better for a person who loves video games rather than just a person trying to learn about video games, because you can learn all this stuff on the internet, like just like that. You just look up stuff on Google, no problem. In fact, like on Facebook, I like certain pages, and like I'm constantly getting information being fed to me on my feed, yeah. And it's like just constantly giving me information about video games, about movies, about actors and whatnot. And I'm already getting everything just by scrolling through my feed on Facebook. So you don't really need the kind of format that we had in the past where it was just like telling us, oh, this is here and this is what it is and this is when it's coming out and this is who did it. You can find that out like way before that stuff is even published nowadays, because we have the internet and it's so fast. But this is more of along the lines of somebody taking the time and thinking about, like, analyzing video games and analyzing what the fans are thinking and why they care about this stuff. There's a really cool part in this where it talks, like they have this special feature where it's beyond the earth and it's going through like all the different places, like the moon and Mario Galaxy, Corneria, the Lilac system, Coruscant, like Star Wars, just going through all different like space planets and whatnot, like just kind of focusing in on like what the fans are like caring about and like kind of like analyzing the space part of video games and telling about like the different planets and comparing them and such, which is pretty cool. I like that. As a fan of space games, I'm like, yes, I'll totally read this. Thank you so much for sharing. I don't think that that kind of stuff would be in Nintendo Power. The kind of stuff that I would see in Nintendo Power are just like, hey, here's something that you can do. Like, in this case, I have this one. This one, like, explains, like, little tricks and stuff that you can do in Mario Kart. Let me see if I can find it very quickly. Yeah, so they have, like, that. And they give you, like, tips and tricks on, like, the different levels, which is kind of cool when it came out because you didn't have that kind of stuff then. But now you can just, like, watch a person doing it, and it's like, oh, well, that's how you do it. Okay, I'll just keep on practicing it. Or just watch it because it's cool looking. Um, well, for this kind of thing, this is more, like, it does have some of that stuff, but it's more focused on, like, the conversations that video game enthusiasts have. And I like that. I really do. So, if you haven't heard of Nintendo Force, please check them out. What you do is that they are on Kickstarter, and so they do a yearly subscription thing. So you go into Kickstarter, and then you can choose like a certain thing. Which, by the way, I wanted to tell you about this. With their Kickstarter, if you want to give like a certain amount of money, if you're an artist or a writer, or you like art or whatever, you can donate a certain amount of money, and like an artist who like puts stuff in this, like they will give you like a certain amount of their work, or they, if you're an artist or a writer, they might publish your work in this, because this is not just like the people who are doing the Kickstarter. These are actually people who help fund Kickstarter. Like there's one where you can be able to like give money and say, hey, I want to give an idea and work together with this person on a video games hack, or like how to be able to do this or that in a certain video game, like advice column. And that's pretty cool. Like it's interactive that you're able to be a part of this magazine. And that's pretty legit. I don't know very many magazines that let you do that. So I'm really happy with this. I'm so glad I found it last year. I will definitely be subscribing to them again next year. Right now, I only have the issue 18. There's another one that's going to come out before my subscription is done, and then I will fund Kickstarter again. And hey, if I am like, I like to write and such, if I can like figure out something, like maybe like work really hard on my writing skills and journalism with video games, maybe one day you'll see me on here, in here, because I could like anyways, so that's this. I really like it. Please check it out on Kickstarter. It'll be in my description below. Please check out my pages as well. Check out my Weebly because I did post a little video game kind of news article about the Game Awards that happened this year. It happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but it came out at the beginning of December, and I wrote a little article, a little reaction about that, kind of like testing the waters to video game journalism. You can check that out on the Weebly in the description below. Please check out my videos as well. I play video games, and I do more updates like these. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye-bye.